What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode. In this episode we're going to be building some headlights for the Eclipse. I purchased just some factory replica headlights off, I think it was Amazon, for like 80 bucks. What I want to do is I want to install some projectors in them. Give me better light output, and it'll look a little better in my opinion. So that's what this episode is going to be about. As you can see, the Eclipse is nowhere in sight right now. It is actually at the exhaust shop. It's getting a full turbo back. It's getting a full turbo back exhaust right now. That's being made probably as we speak. So I thought, while the car's not here, I do have to finish these headlights up. So why not just do that instead of just not doing anything. I've already done one of the headlights just to make this process a little smoother for you guys, because I know exactly what I'm going to be doing now, because there's no write-up on it, so I was just kind of doing it based on what I thought would look good and what would work. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the two headlights out. I'll show you the one I already did, and then I'm going to show you how to do it if you want to build your headlights. So let's pull them out. So these headlights cost me around, I think it was $80 off Amazon, like I said. The projectors I actually got out of some Honda headlights. Alright guys, so as I stated before, the goal is to make this headlight look like this headlight with the projector. And let's roll. Alright, so obviously the first step is going to be to crack this headlight open. And you can put this to the side that we don't need. Next, we're gonna grab ourselves a screwdriver. I'm gonna grab a driver because I'm gonna grab an impact driver because it'll just make things go a little bit smoother and faster for me. So you're gonna need a Phillips screwdriver. And you're gonna need this to remove this chrome piece where the projector is actually gonna go off of the housing. And you do this by unscrewing these adjusters. So these three right here are gonna be the adjustments for the headlight, which can move it up and down. But if you back these out all the way, this chrome piece is gonna fall out of here. Okay, so now that this part is off, the housing you could set aside, and this is going to be our main focus right here. So in order to install projectors in this specific headlight, this is a 98 Eclipse. What I had to do is I had to remove this little level thing and cut a big hole over here. So that's what I'm gonna do. You're probably gonna have to do something really close to what I did. Obviously for different headlights, it's gonna be a different process though. That's our little bulb protector thing. I don't know what it's called, but it's going in the gutter. So this right here is as torn apart as this needs to be, to where there's nothing on the back that's gonna interfere with us cutting it. So the next step is going to be to test fit the bezels in here. Now I bought these bezels I believe off eBay. They are for, I think, a BMW. I don't know what it is. Anyways, it's BMW bezels. There's going to be a little bit of cutting needed to get them to fit. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do right now. All right, so here's our bezel. I really like this bezel. It's really clean, it's just really simple. And I think it kind of retains like a factory look. The reason that I'm building these is because all of the headlights that you could find, you know, that aren't crazy expensive are, for some reason, all of them have the halo, and I just want a factory look, so I'm not gonna, and I don't want the halo. So that's why I bought these bezels. That's why I'm doing this. So obviously, as you can see, the bezels is too tall for this headlight, so it's not just gonna fit right in. However, with a little bit of trimming, it should fit pretty nice and snug in here, and it won't need much after that. So how I'm gonna do this is I'm gonna lay this bezel all the way against the bottom of the headlight, and then kind of draw myself a little a mark on the back right here, where I'm gonna have to cut the bezel flat, and that will give me enough room to go ahead and put that in there. So let's hope that I don't mess this up. I'm gonna be working on this table right here, and I don't wanna get this chrome piece scratched up. So I'm just gonna lay down a microfiber towel. That way, if I move it around or whatever, it's not gonna get scratched up or beat up or anything. So I'm gonna put the microfiber towel down, and then put this on there and mark it where it needs to be cut. And then we're gonna start trimming. So I'm just gonna cut straight across, kind of like that. And that'll give me enough room to get this bezel into the headlight. After you've cut your piece, you're gonna wanna just kind of clean off the molten plastic, because this is ABS. I mean, unless your bezels aren't made out of ABS, but it's gonna melt as you cut it, and you're just gonna have to clean that up. Okay, so we got our headlight, we got our bezel. Looks like we're gonna need to do a little bit more trimming. You don't wanna squeeze it, because that's gonna make this not circular, it's gonna make it an oval. So you really gotta get like a nice and snug fit in there without squeezing it. So looks like this end needs to be cut a little bit more, so that's what I'm gonna go ahead and do. That looks pretty good, guys. I think this will be how I want it. Yeah, that looks pretty good to me right here. If you can see, this circle kind of looks like it's centered with that hole, at least a little bit. That's what you want, because if you got the projector angled in a completely different direction, then obviously your light's gonna be going that way, and you won't be able to see anything. All right, so now that we're at this stage, I'm gonna have to go find the projector that's gonna go in there in order to be able to trim the back to size. So let's go look for that projector, guys. It should be in one of these boxes over here. I actually had two projectors back there, but unfortunately both of them were cracked a little bit, because they did come out of headlights that had damage. But this one right here, this projector right here looks pretty good to me. So we're gonna go throw it in the headlight. All right, so now that we're at this stage, I'm gonna go ahead and draw myself like a minimum circle to where if I cut it, I'm not gonna cut too much, and then I'm just gonna remove more and more material to get this projector to fit. But you want to start off small because you don't want to cut a hole that's too big, and then you could see it, you know, through around your bezel or whatever. So yeah, cut a smaller hole and make it bigger if it needs to be. So these things stay. I believe that this part needs to be cut off like this. And then kind of just gonna make a big hole, but not too big, around here. Let's see. It's probably, now I know approximately how big this hole has to be because like I said, I already did the other one. But if I didn't, when I did the other one, I started off with a really small hole and then made my way outwards. But since I know approximately how big this hole has to be, I'm gonna cut a little bit more off than I would recommend for you to cut off doing it the first time. Okay, that looks pretty good to me. This stuff, I think it's like a ceramic or something, so it does tend to kind of go all over the place. It's real fine powder when you cut it, so just be careful of that. Wear some safety glasses. Don't do it where, you know, you care about the cleanliness, and you should be fine. And there's our headlight. Alright guys, so as you can see, the dust literally goes everywhere. So the hole looks almost big enough. However, I will have to trim a little bit over here and a little bit over here, because judging on how the old one was, the projector had to actually go all the way through. So I feel like this one's gonna have to be the same way, the other one I mean. So yeah, I'm just gonna trim it a little bit more and it should be ready to roll. Got my old handy dandy file right here. Okay. Now in these headlights, you can't actually see this screw right here. That's why I put it there. This one's got the same screw, and there's just no way you're gonna see that. So I wasn't worried about it. That's why I got it. That's why I put it there. If you know, if there was an issue with trying to put screws somewhere, you might have to glue it in or find another way to attach this. Okay. It's in there. Push on it, do whatever you want. It's not going nowhere. So that's that. Now it's time to put our projector on here. So I'm using this, it's really flimsy sheet metal, but you know, being so small and the projector not being too heavy should hold it perfectly fine. So I'm just gonna cut myself a couple of strips. These right here are gonna need the brackets. They're the screws that I put in. Two right there, one right there. So yeah, this bezel is holding in here good. So now it's time to bend these brackets to shape and trim them up a little bit, because I know they're gonna need some trimming from doing the other one. And put it in here. All right, so here's the first bracket. Now, like I said, I'm gonna have to trim here, kind of make like an oval on the inside, so this just fits a little better up against the projector. And then drill the 3 holes out, 2 for these pins, 1 for the screw, and should be it. All right, so everything's all cleaned up. Now it's time to just assemble it all back together. So you just got to make sure that those 3 little adjusters are going onto 3 little plastic nuts in here, and you'll be set. Izzy, where's the impact? Yes. Can you go grab it? Okay, I go grab it. I got it. Oh. What you think? Oh, that looks baller. All right, guys. So here they are. They're both done. This one, I think I just did that one, yeah. So it looks pretty sweet. I'm super pumped. I did this one. Yes, I did. Okay, maybe I did this one. Oh well. All right, yeah, so the next step, all right, so all I have to do now is just put them in the oven again and get the lenses to seal in here. Because as you can see, with the glue being hard, there's a bit of a gap right here. So that way, when I put them in the oven, it's gonna soften up. I'll be able to slide them in all the way and that should seal them. I think I might just put some sealant around them just to make sure that no water gets in. But yeah, I didn't have to cut the housing in the back at all. The only thing is I'm gonna have to customize this cap. I'm gonna have to do something with this cap right here that goes around the bulb because I'm gonna be running an LED bulb in here and the fan's pretty big, so the cap's not gonna fit on here. But that's not a big deal, I'll do something with that. But other than that, I mean, the headlights are done. Just going in the oven, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see what the Eclipse is going to look like with the headlights on, finally. And yeah, if you want to follow the build. Thank you guys. Peace.